Part 25. It's Doomsday, there are all-female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 241. A major event at the national level, how could I not come? Ah, this is researcher Lu. I have heard of your research results. Thank you for your contribution to the country and the world. Lin Lai saluted Lu Shiyao. Zhang Qiaozu and others also turned to Lu Shiyao and saluted. Such a solemn thanks made Lu Shiyao a little embarrassed. This one must be. Lin Lai then looked at Wang Ran. Team Lin, he's not. Zhang Qiaozu reminded embarrassedly. He knew that Lin Lai must be like them and mistook Wang Ran for Wu Jiangguo. No. Lin Lai looked at Wang Ran carefully. Indeed, the name Wu Jiangguo is a bit old-fashioned, not like the name of a young man in his 20s. This is Wang Ran, who is the current person in An City. Lu Shiyao introduced it from the side. Wang Ran. Okay, my country is indeed full of talents. It seems that City N has also established a city-level survivor camp like Baidu, right? Lin Lai asked. That's right. The corpse tide in the west is more than a week away. Should you start preparations in Baidu? Wang Ran asked. The corpse tide in the west. It's really a headache. Currently observed from the air, they may be divided into two branches with the Yangtze River as the boundary. A stream going northwards directly kills the northern capital. Another stock may pass through your An City area. The defense of the southern region depends on you. Lin Lai said earnestly. At present, Baidu simply does not have much human and material resources to support other cities. So the survivors in other cities can only rely on themselves temporarily. Don't worry about the south, there will be no major problems with me. Wang Ran said lightly. Lin Lai was stunned. This young man has a big voice. But he is very strong, and it is normal to have confidence. Okay, I have to hurry back to Baidu. Little brother Wang Ran can come to Baidu when you have time. Lin Lai is polite. I won't go to Baidu. I'm lazy and like to stay at home when I have nothing to do. Wang Ran shrugged. If you go to Baidu and get infected by their blood, you might have to work as a coolie at that time, which is not worth it. Better to stay at home. Okay, then let's say goodbye. Lin Lai and Lu Shiyao also said hello and walked towards the plane with Zhang Qiaozu and others. Before taking 2 steps, Lin Lai suddenly stopped. No, there are a lot of zombies. Lin Lai frowned. Sure enough, a large number of zombies poured in from all directions of the airport, at least 2,000 or 3,000 in number. Lin Lai's plane is not a helicopter, so there is no way to take off vertically. There are so many zombies, they don't have time to accelerate on the track. Team Lin, what should we do now? Zhang Qiaozu asked nervously. There is only one way, first follow us and take the Black Eagle. There should be a plane at the An City airport that can take you back to the northern capital. Wang Ran suggested. Okay, let's do it. Xiao-sun, come quickly. Lin Lai nodded and immediately greeted the pilot when he got up. The pilot decisively smashed the windshield, jumped off the plane and ran towards the Black Hawk. Everyone quickly got on the helicopter. Xiao-sun, who ran at the back, also grabbed the helicopter bracket and jumped up. The Black Eagle quickly pulled up. Below, the entire airport runway is full of zombies. They wantonly destroyed the parked plane to vent their anger. It seems that there will be no planes that can be used here in the future. The Black Eagle accelerated and flew towards the south. Lizi Airport in An City. Wu Jiangguo brought Zhu Ming and others to refuel the plane. Wu team, Lin Lai is really coming. Are you excited? Zhu Ming asked with a half smile but not a smile. I'm so excited. I don't like men. Wu Jiangguo glared at Zhu Ming. Oh, team. You are the North and South Jiangguo, just like South Murong and North Jiaofeng. You can't learn from each other when you meet each other. I heard that Lin Lai has gone to the 7th level awakened, are you panicking? Zhu Ming smiled awkwardly. Go, look at the gas truck honestly. The boss told us to prepare us before they landed. If it's delayed, you're ready to take the blame. Wu Jiangguo said angrily. However, he was a little depressed. Lin Lai was about to be level 7, and he was still level 5. Shame. Wu Jiangguo decided that after this wave of corpses passed, he planned to go outside more. While looking for supplies, you can also exercise your strength. After a while, the sound of the helicopter came from the north. Boss, they are back. Line up. Wu Jiangguo ordered. More than a dozen younger brothers were divided into 2 rows, holding colorful in their hands, waiting for the helicopter to land. Welcome, welcome. Warm welcome. As soon as the helicopter landed, the boys in the 2 rows started waving the colored in their hands. The atmosphere was unusually lively and embarrassing. Wang Ran, who jumped off the helicopter, twitched in the face. Get you ready for reception, that's all? Just kidding. Don't be ashamed. Wang Ran glared at Wu Jiangguo. Wu Jiangguo thought that Wang Ran blamed him for not working hard enough, and personally joined the cheering team. Wang Ran covered his face in shame. What a shame for N City, hey. Brother Wang Ran, the atmosphere of your N City is very warm. Lin Lai didn't know how to describe it well. Okay. Are you going to stay for dinner before leaving? Wang Ran was polite on the surface. You're too polite, we have to rush back to guard the northern capital. Meeting you, little brother Wang Ran today, is really worth it? It would be better if I could meet the legendary Wu Jiangguo. Lin Lai sighed. The younger brothers on the side all turned their attention to Wu Jiangguo, who was holding the colored ball. Wu Jiangguo blushed, and immediately threw the colored ball behind his back. That, I am Wu Jiangguo. Wu Jiangguo replied in a deep voice. Oh. Lin Lai's eyes lit up. I was shocked just now and didn't observe it carefully. Looking at it this way, this Wu Jiangguo does have the aura of a strong man. As expected of a strong man with the same name as him. Are you Wu Jiangguo? Come on, take a picture with me. Team Lin, let's take a photo together. Nan Jiangguo and Bei Lai took a group photo together, I'll blow it when I go back. The team members behind Lin Lai said excitedly. Although they all knew that Wu Jiangguo was Wang Ran's younger brother, the rest of Baidu did not know. What's better than taking a photo with Lin Lai and Wu Jiangguo at the same time? It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 242. Jiangguo, please satisfy them. They are all soldiers of our country, and they have done a lot for the people. Wang Ran encouraged him. Although Wu Jiangguo was embarrassed, Wang Ran made a sound, so he could only stand beside Lin Lai obediently. As soon as the two approached, there was a feeling of seeing each other late. In terms of body shape and temperament, Wu Jiangguo and Lin Lai are very similar. Hey, brother Wang Ran, come too. Lin Lai greeted him. Although Wang Ran is not well known in the circle of survivors, his strength is here. Lin Lai felt that one day Wang Ran's name would spread all over the world. Wang Ran shrugged and walked over. Lin Lai and Wu Jiangguo gave way to both sides at the same time, giving up the middle position to Wang Ran. Wang Ran had no choice but to accept the C position. Get ready, I'm going to shoot. Lu Shiyao took Zhang Qiaozu's Polaroid and pressed the shutter. A photo spit out of the Polaroid. Lu Shiyao took the photo and shook it, and the pattern on it gradually became clear. Okay, I have to go back. Let's get together when this wave of corpses is over. Be sure to have a few drinks next time we meet. Lin Lai said with a smile. Drink for sure. Next time we meet, I must have a fight with you. Wu Jiangguo patted his chest and said. Now that he is not Lin Lai's opponent, he may not meet next time. Since the reputation of building a country in the south and establishing a business in the north is here, he can't be too far behind. After a few words of greeting, Lin Lai and others got on the plane and flew away from Lish Airport. Wang Ran also took the girls on a Black Eagle to Donghu Island. On the plane, Lu Shuang was a little gloomy. This time, he offered to follow Wang Ran out, but he didn't encounter any chance of being injured. So uncomfortable. After all, Lu Shiyao was a few years older, so she understood Lu Shuang's entanglement. I want to see the scenery, Shuang, your co-pilot, let me sit for a while. Lu Shiyao walked to the front and said to Lu Shuang. Good sister Shiyao. Lu Shuang got up, gave up his seat to Lu Shiyao, and sat next to Wang Ran. Wang Ran and Lu both stared at each other, not knowing what to talk about. Lu Shiyao, who was in the front row, couldn't stand it anymore, and walked directly to Lu Shuang, took out a pair of handcuffs from her trousers pocket, and handcuffed her to the back of the chair. Sister Shiyao, what are you doing? Lu Shuang looked confused. Wang Ran, the dishes are ready for you, do you want to eat them? Lu Shiyao patted Lu Shuang's legs. Well, the legs are really long. No way. Isn't this kind of thing what you want me to do? Are you trying to force us? Wang Ran was stunned. I didn't see that Lu Shiyao was such a person. Remove men. Shuang is not forced. The corners of Lu Shiyao's mouth twitched slightly. When Lu Shuang heard this, his face instantly turned red. Look, she didn't refute it. They both do their best for the security of our island, shouldn't you show it? Lu Shiyao asked with a smile. This representation is too expensive. Wang Ran rubbed his waist. Although under the conditioning of Zhou Meng's traditional Chinese medicine in the past few days, the waist has improved a lot, but one more person means three more mouths, so be careful. Anyway, I can only help here, you can do it? Lu Shiyao patted Lu Shuang's thigh, and then returned to the co-pilot. Sister Shiyao, do you want to bet? I bet the master will win, Sister Shuang. Wu Jiaxin said softly. Oops, I'll bet on him too. Haha. Lu Shiyao and Wu Jiaxin started gossiping in front of them. Wang Ran looked at Lu Shuang, whose hands were handcuffed, and sighed. This scene is too much like the plot of some movies. Wang Ran's reaction was very strong. Lu Shuang was more entangled than Wang Ran. Even though he was like this, Wang Ran didn't move at all. Do you want to take the initiative? Unacceptable. Active, just take the initiative. Lu Shuang stretched out one leg, wanting to kick Wang Ran. As a result, I just kicked the most vulnerable place. You are going too far. Fortunately, Wang Ran's strength was strong, and the pain was a bit painful, but he still carried it. However, Lu Shuang's foot made Wang Ran's whole body's blood seem to be concentrated below, which was very uncomfortable. Ah! I'm sorry. Lu Shuang wanted to give Wang Ran a rub, and subconsciously used his foot. This rubbing, Wang Ran can't help it, LF. Wu Jiaxin deliberately hovered in the sky for an additional hour before returning to Donghu Island. Lu Shuang blushed, broke free from the handcuffs easily, and put on his pants silently. It's okay, you'll get used to it gradually. Lu Shiyao turned her head to comfort her. Slowly. Don't take it slow, you're used to it. Lu Shuang murmured in his heart. It should be so early. Not only comfortable, but also stronger. It won't take many times for her strength to surpass Wu Jiangguo. Lu Shuang really regretted not starting sooner. After the helicopter landed, Zhou Meng was the first to greet him. When Wang Ran went out, she had been praying for Wang Ran. Of course, praying to Satan. Hey, Xiao Meng, have you changed back to your nun clothes again? Wang Ran looked at it and saw that this nun's uniform was a little different from the one torn off before. Well, this set was made by Sister Momo for me. Very convenient. Zhou Meng said with a blushing face. Convenience? What convenience? Wang Ran was stunned. Next time, you don't have to tear your clothes. Zhou Meng approached Wang Ran and quietly showed off the new nun clothes. Wang Ran glanced at it. It was really convenient. You can't wear this when you go out. Wang Ran instructed. Zhou Meng nodded obediently. How are the children? Have you adjusted to life here? Wang Ran asked. It's much better. They all live in double rooms now, with hot water and food. During the day, Momo and I will take turns teaching them. Life is better now than in the orphanage before. Ah, by the way, Ada went to class with them too. Zhou Meng said. Well, not bad. Wang Ran nodded in satisfaction. But Ada, this child, I don't know what to instill in other children. Ono secretly asked me that day, what is treatment? I don't even know how to answer. Master, shouldn't you treat Ada? Zhou Meng cast a complicated look. It's a bit complicated, let Shi Yao explain it to you. Wang Ran pushed Zhou Meng to Lu Shi Yao, and then fled. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 243. For the next few days, Wang Ran switched back and forth between recuperation and fatigue. Fortunately, the new sports objects Lu Shuang and Zhou Meng are not strong. If they are all as strong as Xiao, Wang Ran probably won't be able to get out of bed. Early in the morning, Wang Ran went out with Tang Tang. I don't know whether to go out to rest or exercise. Lin Momo, the chief executive, began to patrol the island as usual. She came to the kitchen first. Every day's meals are exquisite, what to eat in the morning, what to eat at noon, and what to eat in the evening, all have to be well designed and arranged. Especially recently, Wang Ran needs to replenish his body, and a pot of ginseng and wolfberry stewed chicken is indispensable every day. When Lin Momo walked to the kitchen door, Zhou Meng suddenly stopped her. Sister Momo, I'll be in charge of the kitchen today. Go somewhere else for a walk. Zhou Meng blocked the door of the kitchen and prevented Lin Momo from entering. Lin Momo was stunned for a while. This. Could it be that Wang Ran gave the new Zhou Meng the right to manage the kitchen? Lin Momo felt a little sour in his heart. You are the boss. Can't even manage the kitchen, what a big boss. Could it be that the master was fascinated by this new little nun and wanted to gradually deprive him of his power? No. The owner must be distressed that he has too much control and is too tired, and wants to reduce a little pressure for himself. Yes, it must be so. Thinking of this, Lin Momo felt much more comfortable. Then I'll go somewhere else first. Lin Momo shook his arms and came to the warehouse. Going to the warehouse to count twice a day is her regular job. As soon as he walked to the door of the warehouse, Lin Momo saw a flustered Lu Shi Yao. Oh, it's Momo. I'll take care of the warehouse today, you go and rest. Lu Shi Yao quickly pushed Lin Momo out. Lin Momo was stunned. What is this? The warehouse has always been its own life. Why didn't Lu Shi Yao stay in the laboratory today and come over to work with herself? This is not normal. Lin Momo glanced at the warehouse behind Lu Shi Yao and saw a few boxes that he had never seen before. I don't know if there are new materials in the warehouse. When Lu Shi Yao saw Lin Momo looking in, she immediately blocked her sight. Momo, go somewhere else, go for a swim, take a walk or something, and relax. Lu Shi Yao continued to push Lin Momo out. Although Lin Momo is stronger than Lu Shi Yao, she is not going to be tough with her little sister, so she can only leave the warehouse silently. The kitchen is like this, the warehouse is like this. Could it be that Wang Ran wanted to deprive him of his management rights? Think it's possible. In the past 2 days, Wang Ran only favored her once. Have you really fallen out of favor? Lin Momo turned around and left the warehouse with a sad face. By the pool outside, Xiao Jin and the orangutan were fighting. When they saw Lin Momo, they immediately hid aside. Even Xiao and Ada, who were whispering, stopped whispering when they saw Lin Momo coming. Am I being too sensitive? Why do I feel like everyone doesn't want to see me? Lin Momo was about to cry. During this time, she did her best to manage everything for the base and everyone. Unexpectedly, everyone began to alienate her. Lin Momo silently came to the top floor of the main building and looked at the calm sea. After the tears fell for a while, Lin Momo leaned on the reclining chair and fell asleep. Usually she is too busy, and rarely has time to be so leisurely. I can finally get a good night's sleep today. When she woke up, the horizon was already orange and the sun was starting to go down. It felt lively downstairs, but Lin Momo always felt lonely. When the sun completely disappeared, Lin Momo left the top floor and came downstairs. The restaurant has been decorated with bright lights, and small colored are hung on the surrounding trees and by the pool. The whole atmosphere is like a festival. The joyful atmosphere is in stark contrast to the lonely Lin Momo. Momo, come here. After Suziao saw Lin Momo, she stepped forward and took her arm. We spent a lot of thought on arranging it. Do you think it looks good? Suziao asked. Nice. Lin Momo nodded. It's good looking, but there is no participation of myself here at all. In the past, this kind of work must be my own responsibility, and now I don't even have the opportunity to participate. Are you really marginalized? Hey, isn't the master back yet? Lin Momo let go of his loneliness and cared about Wang Ran. Master, it should be fine soon. Come on, come here first. Suziao and Lu Shiyao led Lin Momo to the edge of the cliff. It's time to start. Suziao spoke mysteriously on the walkie-talkie. Start? Start what? Lin Momo asked blankly. As soon as the voice fell, a pillar of fire shot straight into the sky. The pillar of fire suddenly exploded when it reached an altitude of dozens of meters. Bloom like a chrysanthemum. Immediately afterwards, one after another, pillars of fire continued to rush into the sky. The sea was completely illuminated by the rain of fireworks. Lin Momo vaguely saw that there seemed to be a person standing on the sea. It's Wang Ran. Why is the master down there? Ah, is he setting off fireworks? Lin Momo was a little surprised. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Zhou Meng was holding a small cupcake with a candle on it, and the flames jumped happily on it. Ah, this is. Lin Momo was stunned for a while. Is it birthday? It seems, today is my birthday. Everyone is so strange today. Are you preparing for your birthday? Lin Momo's tears burst out of his eyes at once. Whoa! Everyone! Lin Momo covered his mouth, not knowing what to say. The fireworks on the sea were still blooming, and every time Lin Momo was moved, he couldn't help trembling. Blow out the candles and make a wish to eat cake. This cake is extraordinary. Zhou Meng said with a small cupcake. Huh? Cake? I can't eat cake. Lin Momo was stunned for a while. Zhou Meng, are you stupid? Everyone is a zombie, don't you even know the basics? Oops, blow out the candle first, and I'll explain it to you later. Zhou Meng urged. Lin Momo nodded, wiped away the tears on his face, clasped his hands tightly and made a wish, and then blew out the candle. Okay, it's time to eat cake. Zhou Meng and other girls coaxed. Lin Momo picked up the cake suspiciously and smelled it. Hey, it seems to be really edible. Lin Momo took a small bite and was shocked. Plus 18. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 244. This cake cost us a lot of energy. The flour is the mutant wheat developed by Sister Shi Yao, and the jam is made from mutant tomatoes. The most important thing is the protein. Master has put in a lot of effort these days. Zhou Meng explained on the side. Ah, this. Lin Momo instantly understood the recipe of this cake. No wonder Wang Ran only favored her once in the past few days. It turned out to be all savings. It seems that the other sisters have also lost a lot of times because of themselves. Lin Momo was a little embarrassed. Hurry up and eat. This is specially made for you. If you don't eat the master's efforts, it will be in vain. Zhou Meng reminded on the side. Ah, With tears in her eyes, Lin Momo ate the cupcake bit by bit. That's great. Now it's our cake. The children around jumped up with excitement. Lin Momo and the girls returned to the table together, and Zhou Meng brought a big 3-tier cake from the dining cart. Of course, this cake is just a regular cake. If Wang Ran was made such a big one, he would probably die. Surrounded by the children, Lin Momo cut the cake and distributed it to everyone. A few minutes later, Wang Ran and Tang Tang also returned to the island. Owner. Lin Momo's face was covered with the cream that the girls applied, and before he could wipe it, he threw himself into Wang Ran's arms. I thought you didn't want me anymore, woo woo woo. Lin Momo wrapped his hands and feet around Wang Ran like an octopus, and burst into tears. The grievances of the day were all vented. This is all Tang Tang's idea, there is grievance and revenge and revenge. Wang Ran kissed Lin Momo's face and ate some of the cream on her face. That's not necessary. I'm still quite happy. Lin Momo wiped his tears. It's your master, you must be working hard. Lin Momo looked down. It's not hard, that is, let the dolphins fix the floats, and then ride on the little sea monster to set off fireworks. Wang Ran understood another meaning. Ah, by the way, come and eat cake. Lin Momo jumped off Wang Ran and pulled Wang Ran and Tang Tang to the table. This birthday party lasted for several hours and was very lively. At 10 p.m., the children were taken by Zhou Meng to the guest room in the main building to sleep. The other girls also consciously cleaned up the table. Lin Momo and Wang Ran were pushed to the villa by Su Xiao. Tonight is Lin Momo's birthday, so he can enjoy Wang Ran alone. As soon as they entered, Wang Ran and Lin Momo were stunned. Needless to say, the pedals in the swimming pool are routine operations. Dozens of props on the bed have, point. Master, thank you. I'm very, very happy today. Lin Momo stammered a little when he was moved. Just be happy. Momo, you have done a lot for the base during this time, and it should be done for you. Wang Ran rubbed Lin Momo's head. Are your other little sisters treated like this on their birthdays? Lin Momo asked. I didn't think about this before. Wang Ran was shocked. Fireworks are nothing. If every girl had a cake for her birthday, we'll die. Puff. Master, don't worry, you can usually save a little in advance. Lin Momo reminded intimately. Hey, that's all there is to it. Wang Ran sighed. The next time is naturally Lin Momo's exclusive time. Early the next morning, Lin Momo got up from Wang Ran's chest. Unsurprisingly, she made the cut. Like Su Xiao, Lin Momo's hair has also turned white, and his pupils are black like a normal person. Wang Ran stroked Lin Momo's hair, as if thinking about something. Master, don't you like white? I can dye it any color. Lin Momo lay on Wang Ran's chest again. Ah, it's all right. White is fine too. Wang Ran said softly. What he is struggling with is not hair color, but... There is another female zombie at the level of the Corpse King, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. At this time, Jo Meng pushed in the door, holding a bowl of dark medicinal soup in her hand. "Master, it's time to drink the medicine." Jo Meng held the medicinal soup in front of Wang Ran. Wang Ran's back was cold, and there was always a feeling of panic. Why does this sound so familiar, as if it appeared in some classic book? However, Jo Meng's traditional Chinese medicine is really effective. After a week of recuperation, her waist feels much better. "Master, Wu Jiangguo just sent a message that the walls on both sides are ready to close. Is the master going to take a look at the construction site?" Jo Meng asked. "Are you going to close the dragon? Then you have to go and see." "Momo, come with me." Wang Ran thought about it. Just to see if Lin Momo's ability to control zombies has improved since he became stronger. Good. Lin Momo jumped up happily and swayed. After getting dressed, Wang Ran and Lin Momo went to the restaurant for breakfast. On the way, Wang Ran saw that the 30 orphans began to learn how to take care of vegetables under the leadership of Lu Shiyao, which made Wang Ran very gratified. Labor, we must start from the doll. Originally, growing vegetables is not too complicated work. If these children can afford it, the girls in the flight attendant class can take charge of security with peace of mind. "Good morning, uncle." The little girls greeted Wang Ran. Lu Shiyao looked at Wang Ran with a wicked smile. Wang Ran patted his waist, indicating that he could still do it. After a simple breakfast, Wang Ran asked Wu Jiaxin to drive the Black Eagle to the construction site with himself and Lin Momo. After a long distance, Wang Ran saw two long dragon-like walls below. Just a little bit, the two sections of the wall can be closed. At both ends of the wall, there are densely packed villains. Humans on one side and zombies on the other. Although it was quite a distance, Wang Ran still saw some problems. The two sides seemed to be fighting each other. "Do something." "Jiaxin, speed down." Wang Ran ordered. Wu Jiaxin nodded and descended directly to the middle point. "The boss is here." "Great, this time we can solve the problem." Wu Jiangguo and Xiaohong breathed a sigh of relief. The helicopter gradually stopped, and Wang Ran jumped down with Lin Momo. As soon as Lin Momo appeared, Xiaohong and the zombies behind him felt a strong pressure. This feeling is exactly the same as when Su Xiao appeared. This is the repression from the superior. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 245. What's the situation? You're here with big eyes and small eyes, stop working. Wang Ran asked. Boss, it's good that you are here, I just wanted to contact you. There's something wrong here. Wu Jiangguo looked embarrassed. Boss, let me tell you, it's my fault. Before, our zombies and their humans were constructed separately. Even the complicated bezel installation taught us that we would install it ourselves. During the construction process, humans and zombies didn't have much contact with each other. Today is going to close the dragon, the amount of work is relatively large, and the two sides have met. Those zombies behind me, seeing so many humans, I can't hold back. Xiaohong blamed herself. The mutant zombies in the back can say that, more than 10,000 ordinary zombies working as coolies see so many humans, just like a dog who has been hungry for a long time seeing barbecue, it is difficult to suppress their nature. I want to say if I can let Sister Xiao come to the town scene. Ah yes, this is Sister Mo. Sister Mo's aura can probably hold them back. Xiaohong's eyes didn't dare to stay on Lin Momo for too long. At this level of zombies, just looking at it can make people tremble. Momo, it's time for you to play. Wang Ran rubbed Momo's head. I'll try. Lin Momo easily jumped onto the fence and looked at the black mass of zombies. Lin Momo concentrated. Good job. Good job. Good job. Lin Momo tried his best to convey his thoughts to the zombies around him. Those restless zombies suddenly quieted down. Their eyes were dull, their mouths opened and closed. Good job. The zombies all muttered the same sentence. Not even the mutant zombies could resist Lin Momo's control. Except for the zombies at the red pupil level, all other mutant zombies were directly controlled by Lin Momo just like ordinary zombies. Tens of thousands of zombies chanting the same sentence, this scene is quite magical. Is Momo so powerful? Wang Ran was taken aback. This is tens of thousands of zombies. Even the golden-eyed zombies can't resist Momo's control, which is too buggy. Boss, with this ability, do we still need a wall to deal with the corpse tide? Wu Jiangguo asked a constructive question. No, I feel that my control range is only 1 kilometer in a radius. At most, I can guard one point of the corpse tide, and I can't guard the entire wall. Momo turned around and said. Wang Ran nodded. The corpse tide will not attack the point you specify like in a tower defense game. Momo's ability is really useful, but you can't count on Momo. Okay, all the zombies are appeased, let's start work as soon as possible. I don't know when the corpse tide will come, so finish it early and feel at ease. Wang Ran ordered. Okay, boss, let's go to work. Wu Jiangguo and Xiaohong went to manage their respective teams. Momo, you may have to work hard here to see the venue. Wang Ran walked over to Lin Momo and said softly. It's okay master, I'm in good spirits now. Lin Momo turned his head and smiled sweetly. She ate Wang Ran's special cake, and tossed Wang Ran all night alone. In addition, Lin Momo had just finished evolving, so Lin Momo had endless energy. It's not a problem to stay here overnight for a day or two. Wang Ran nodded, said goodbye to Lin Momo, and walked into the helicopter. Jiaxin, fly west. I want to see where the corpse tide is probably located. Wang Ran leaned towards the co-pilot's seat. We are about to return after 300 kilometers of fuel. Otherwise, it will come back without fuel. Wu Jiaxin reminded. Okay, just fly at 300 kilometers. Wang Ran nodded. If you can touch it, take a look. If you can't touch it, just come out and get some air. After all, I petted Lin Momo alone last night, I have to go back. The Black Eagle flew westward. An hour and a half later, the distance of 300 kilometers arrived. Master, it's almost time for us to return. Wu Jiaxin reminded. Wang Ran stood up, walked to the back and opened the hatch. He always has a feeling that these zombies are not far away. Jiaxin, drive 20 kilometers west. Wang Ran said in a deep voice. Wu Jiaxin nodded and continued to move forward. Not long after, Wang Ran's eyes lit up. To the west, there is a dust belt that stretches for several kilometers. It's the dust created by the advancing corpse tide. Is it 300 kilometers from N City? Wang Ran frowned. These zombies are advancing faster than expected. Roughly speaking, they can push 100 kilometers a day. In this case, it will reach N City in 3 days. The schedule is a little tight. Jiaxin, lower the height a little bit. Wang Ran wanted to take a closer look at this corpse tide. The Black Hawk descended to a height of 200 meters. The corpse tide below is clearly visible. Grass, is there so much? Wang Ran felt a little uneasy. It stands to reason that there is a wave of corpses coming north, and there should not be so many in number. Could it be that the corpse tide snowballed so the way? This is much more than Wang Ran expected. Master, this is too much, is there any way to stop them on the way? Wu Jiaxin is also very worried. They will pass through a few cities on the way, but those cities shouldn't be able to stop them. Maybe they will have some additional staff. The road is basically plains and hills, nothing can stop them. Grass, I can only bear it hard. Whether the quality of the wall is good or not will determine our destiny. Wang Ran said in a deep voice. If the wall is lost, the only option is to retreat to Donghu Island and blow up the bridge. At most, Wang Ran will bring some of his well-connected subordinates up, and the others powerless. Hope the wall can hold up this wave. At this time, Wang Ran suddenly felt a dangerous gaze focused on himself. Wang Ran immediately looked in that direction. In the corpse tide, a zombie with white hair was staring at Wang Ran. The core of this wave of corpses. Interesting. Wang Ran smiled. I didn't expect that this kind of corpse emperor would appear in other places besides his little follower. I don't know if he became the corpse tide initiated by the corpse queen, or the corpse emperor in the process of devouring the corpse tide all the way. If it is a heads up, Wang Ran is confident that he can kill the opponent. But there was a black mass of corpses below. I jumped down and killed the corpse emperor, and I couldn't leave alive. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 246. At this time, the white-haired corpse emperor below suddenly pulled over a zombie next to him, tore off his leg alive, and pulled out a thigh bone from it. Although Wang Ran could not see his movements clearly, he also felt the danger. Jiaxin, pull up the height. Wang Ran immediately ordered. Wu Jiaxin did not dare to hesitate, and immediately pulled up to 500 meters. And a sharp thigh bone came out of the air and shot right in front of the helicopter. So close. This little white hair has a lot of strength. Find a chance to kill him. Black Hawk began to return. At noon, the Black Hawk stopped at the construction site. Wang Ran found Wu Jiangguo, who was overseeing the work. Jiangguo, at the current speed, when will the entire project be completed? Wang Ran asked. It took almost 3 days for the corpse tide to arrive here. If it can't be completed ahead of time, there will be big trouble. The efficiency is good now, and if Helong is the case, it will do in 1 day. It will take another 2 days to close the dragon after closing. There are still 2 days of pouring and polishing the outer wall. It will take 5 days anyway. If there is a little coordination, it will take 4 days. Wu Jiangguo thought about it. 4 days. It's too late. Wang Ran frowned. It looks like I have to think of a way. In terms of engineering, Wu Jiangguo said that there should be no difference, 4 days is the limit. Then you can only start from the zombie side. From where the zombies are now to N City, there are several counties and cities that must be passed in between. If you want to stop the zombies' footsteps, you can only start from here. Wang Ran decided to take people to the next county and city to see if they could have a chance to block the zombies. Momo's words have to stay here to ensure the stability of the construction. It seems that I can only bring Xiao and Zhou Meng. Both of them are zombies. If they are surrounded by zombies, they will be fine. It's starting to feel oppressive. Wang Ran smiled bitterly. The safety of N City was all on him, which made Wang Ran, who was used to salted fish, a little uncomfortable. But there are so many of their own younger brothers in N City, they all pin their hopes on themselves, and they can't lose the chain. After adjusting their emotions, Wang Ran and Wu Jiaxin returned to Donghu Island. After getting off the plane, Wang Ran called Su Xiao and Zhou Meng together. Get ready, I will go on a business trip to the next city with me in 10 minutes. Wang Ran ordered. Su Xiao had long been accustomed to it and nodded calmly. On a business trip? Sister Xiao, what do you mean by a business trip? Zhou Meng asked in a low voice. It's a good thing anyway. Hurry up and change your clothes, the owner of your convenient nun dress won't let you go out. Su Xiao reminded. Oh, all right. Zhou Meng heard that it was a good thing, and immediately ran back to the villa to change clothes. Uncle, I'm going too. Tang Tang put his hands on his hips and pouted. Traveling on business, playing dungeons, she likes it the most. Wang Ran didn't take her, which made her very depressed. This operation is a bit dangerous, you didn't see that the two I brought are. You can't go. Wang Ran decisively rejected Tang Tang's proposal. Tang Tang sighed. It looks like a difficult zombie copy. I'd love to say. Okay, I allow you to travel around N City with someone to accompany you. But don't go to the west, and you must go home at night. Do you understand? Wang Ran made a slight concession. He knew that Tang Tang was a restless person, and it was a bit impossible for her to be honest on the island. I understand, why don't you go to the west side? Tang Tang nodded and looked a lot happy. Soon, Su Xiao and Zhou Meng came to Wang Ran after changing into sportswear that was convenient for fighting. This time, Wang Ran did not plan to drive the Black Hawk, but chose an ordinary SUV. It's not a pity to lose it. Wang Ran drove the car and took the two girls to the west. On the way, Zhou Meng deeply realized the benefits of going out. No wonder Tang Tang always wanted to come out and play, it was really fun. An hour later, Wang Ran's car drove to the gate of S City. This is an ancient city with history. There are still some city walls in the old city. However, due to the development of the city walls have been demolished a lot. Otherwise, it is a good place to temporarily resist the corpse tide. As soon as Wang Ran entered the city, he was targeted by a group of people. They quietly drove behind Wang Ran. Master, there are bugs behind you. Su Xiao licked her fingers and couldn't waste it. I found out early. Let them follow, just to catch a few locals to understand the situation. Wang Ran found a spacious intersection and lowered his speed slightly. Sure enough, the van behind immediately accelerated to the front and stopped in front of Wang Ran's car. Several young people dressed as social youth walked out of the van and leaned against Wang Ran's car door. How many of you, are you from the east? What are you doing in our city? A red-haired young man knocked on the car door and asked. There are too many zombies in the east, and our family has escaped. This is my wife, and the one in the back is my sister-in-law. Wang Ran introduced. Yo! The red eyes lit up. There was a white-haired girl in the car, she seemed to have the same taste as him, she was a fellow man. When Hong Mao, who used to run a barber shop, saw this white hair, he felt nostalgic. This made Hong Mao feel a little favored towards Wang Ran and his party. The situation in our city is very complicated. It is very dangerous for you outsiders to come in like this. You really don't know what's going on here, do you? Asked the redhead. We really don't know, so please explain it. Wang Ran said with a smile. Brother Hong, what nonsense are you talking to them outsiders? This girl is good, or? The green-haired little brother behind the red-haired youth said softly. You know shit. Can someone who can survive in the last days for so long with two beautiful women by his side be simple? Beware of asking for trouble. The red-haired youth glared at the younger brother behind him. The younger brother stopped immediately. The red-haired youth is right. They have suffered losses in this regard before, so it is better to be cautious. Several friends, this is not the place to talk halfway. If you don't mind, go to my place and sit for a while. Red Hair suggested. Okay, then I'll trouble you. Wang Ran said with a smile. He was not at all worried about the other party playing tricks. The strongest combat power of the East Lake Island camp is here. It seems that this Red Hair knows S City quite well, so let's go with him. Under the leadership of the red-haired van, Wang Ran drove to a barber shop. Well, this is quite in line with the hairstyle and hair color of this group of people. Plus 19. Pi time is up. The stone man is in the collapsed world, invincible text, inhuman, there are many concubines, with interest and support, the text is good, it is worth recommending. Break it, mixed beasts. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 247. Wang Ran and the girls sat down on the barber chair. There is always a feeling that someone is trying to persuade me to apply for a card. Everyone, I'm sorry, there is a shortage of supplies, and there is nothing to entertain you. The red hair said a little embarrassedly. It's okay, we brought our own. Wang Ran took out a bag of melon seeds, a packet of peanuts and 2 tomatoes from the bag behind him. Naturally, the tomatoes were eaten by Su Xiao and Zhou Meng. Wang Ran nibbled melon seeds calmly. Several people on the red hair side all twitched in the face. Go to someone's house as a guest and bring melon seeds and peanuts. This is no one anymore. Do you want it? You're welcome. Wang Ran threw the peanut at Hong Mao. Thank you. Red hair said with an embarrassed expression. It is really embarrassing that his host wants to eat the food of the guests. But drunkard peanuts. Long time no see. Hong Mao and the others immediately divided up the peanuts and ate them. By the way, I heard on the radio that your N city was unified. Why are there so many zombies? Red hair asked in confusion. Hey, that's a long story. The leader of N city colluded with zombies. Although peace has been temporarily exchanged, life is not easy. Wang Ran was talking nonsense. Su Xiao on the side almost couldn't help laughing. Isn't it colluding with zombies, and colluding too late? Is this still possible? The red hair and the others were shocked. They have never seen this operation. Compared to this, the environment of our S city is much better. The zombies in City S have basically been cleaned up. However, there are 2 survivor forces in S city that do not deal with each other, and they each occupy half of the territory and confront each other. Outsiders like you, as long as you are not stupid enough to report the name of another house on one's side, no one should embarrass you too much. The red hair simply explained the situation. Ah yes, if you are interested, I can bring you to join the camp in Dongcheng district. You can join if you accept 20 grams of gold or a certain amount of food here. When the time comes, the boss will arrange for you to grow some sweet potatoes, etc. There is no problem with food and clothing. In Zikan district, the price is a bit dark, and you are not allowed to leave any belongings on your body. Also, your wife and sister-in-law are so beautiful, if you go to Zikan district. Hung Mao didn't say anything, but everyone understood what it meant. Okay, take me to the Dongcheng district camp to see. Wang Ran had an idea in mind. Since there are 2 local forces here, and the zombies have been cleaned up, it means that the strength here is still good. As long as these 2 forces are unified, a temporary line of defense can be created here. It is definitely impossible to stop the corpse tide, but if it can delay them for a day, then the task will be completed. Brother Hong, don't we have to patrol the city? These foreigners, tell them the address and let them go by themselves. A green-haired boy muttered beside him. Grass, are you the boss and I'm the boss? The red hair looked at the green-haired little brother dissatisfied. Lu Mao pouted, but did not answer. But anyone with a discerning eye can see that this little brother doesn't listen to his boss very much. Hung Mao also knew in his heart that it was not easy for the younger brother around him these days, so he didn't ask so much. My friend, let me take you to the Dongcheng camp. It's okay for me to mix in the camp, they should accept you. But don't take out these foods easily. After all, in this world, it is very dangerous to reveal the rich. Red hair reminded. Wang Ran smiled. These days, a bag of peanuts can be considered rich. However, this red hair looks quite non-mainstream, but he is a nice person. Unlike his younger brothers, there are always bad intentions in his eyes. Okay, then thank you. Come on, this is a thank you gift for you, you're welcome. Wang Ran took out a pack of beef jerky from the backpack behind him and handed it to Hong Mao. Ah, you are too polite. Then I'll take it. Hong Mao was polite and accepted the beef jerky calmly. Don't be stupid. The younger brothers behind the red hair, their eyes lit up, staring straight at Wang Ran's backpack. There must be a lot of food in there. Lu Mao exchanged glances with several other younger brothers and got affirmation. They decided to kill people, seize supplies, and rob women. Anyway, it's a few outsiders, and it's not a violation of the Dongcheng camp's rule that they can't kill each other. While Hung Mao was chatting with Wang Ran and the others, Lu Mao and a few younger brothers each took out a sharp razor from the barber cabinet behind them. This long-shaped razor is extremely sharp, second only to scalpels in utility knives. It's easy to cut someone's throat. Come on, I'll take you there. The red hair stood up and prepared to go out and lead the way. At this time, a green light flashed behind Wang Ran, and a green hair held a razor on Wang Ran's neck. The other little brothers took their knives and walked towards Su Xiao and Zhou Meng, apparently not taking them as a threat. Why, do you want to shave me? Wang Ran said calmly. Ha ha ha, even in this situation, you still joke. It's not your beard that I'm going to cut off, it's your throat. Green Mao felt that he was winning. He is a level 2 awakener, his reaction and strength are far superior to ordinary people. The razors are all on the neck, and there is definitely no possibility of turning over. Ace Hong, what are you doing? Aren't we quitting this business? The red-haired complexion changed. How many times do you really think of yourself as a character? Following you, our days are so poor. Let me tell you, if you are sensible, just follow me and be my little brother. Everyone is a second-level awakener, and I'm not afraid of you. Besides, look at how many people around you support you. Green hair smiled. The red hair looked around, and the other little brothers were holding razors in their hands, smiling maliciously. It seems that they have already had such an idea. This time it was not only a robbery, but a seizure of power. Such a fat sheep, if we don't slaughter others, we will slaughter it. How? Are you going to join us, or against us? The green hair looked at the red hair, waiting for his response. There are rules in the camp, and you can't kill each other. Naturally, the green hair will not be directly the red hair. But if the red hair does not agree, the green hair is not afraid to kill him. The big deal is to push the pot to this outsider who is about to die. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 248. Lu Mao thought that he had restrained Wang Ran, so he focused all his attention on the red hair on the opposite side. He didn't notice at all, Wang Ran's hand had already reached out to his wrist holding the razor. The red hair on the opposite side looked terrified. This outsider is too daring. With the razor on his neck, he would definitely not dare to resist. Soon, Wang Ran's hand squeezed Lu Mao's wrist. Green hair was surprised. Why didn't you notice the other party's actions at all? Could it be that this guy is really as capable as Brother Hong said? No, don't let him have a chance to fight back. After a momentary review in Lu Mao's mind, he immediately wanted to wipe Wang Ran's neck with a razor. In his opinion, although his wrist was caught, he could still do it with a burst of wiping on his neck. But his hands were motionless. What strength are you? Green hair couldn't help but muttered. Not moving at all, how much more strength is this than himself? Wang Ran smiled but didn't speak, and used a little force on his hand. Crack. A small crisp sound. What? My hand. My hand. Lu Mao's wrist was folded 90 degrees by Wang Ran. The razor in his hand naturally fell off. Wang Ran caught the razor with the other hand and waved it back. Lu Mao only felt a chill in his neck, and the sound of mourning disappeared, replaced by a vague gila. Green hair covered his neck and fell backwards in shock. Are you getting cold? Should not be. He is a second-level awakener, a character with outstanding talent like the protagonist in the novel. How can you die in such a place? Lu Mao fell to the ground, his body twitching slightly, and he didn't know when he would die completely. The other three brothers with razors next to them panicked. This man is too strong, even Lu Mao is no match, let alone a few first-level awakeners of them. Right now, there is only one way to survive. Take his wife and sister-in-law hostage. As long as they can get to the door and get into the car, they can survive. The three little brothers looked at each other and acted quickly. They were originally near the two girls, and they moved very quickly. Su Xiao coldly looked at the three younger brothers who rushed over. These guys are really weak. The girls in the flight attendant class can easily kill all three of them. Su Xiao threw out his whip like a whip. Clap clap clap. With three crisp sounds, the three heads were directly blown up. Not even a chance to fly out and roll a few laps. Sister Xiao, you don't even leave one for me. Zhou Meng stomped her feet to express her dissatisfaction. They are too weak to be meaningful in actual combat. Next time, find some powerful ones to kill for you, darling. Su Xiao was comforted. Zhou Meng nodded and said the same thing. The red hair on the opposite side looked like he was struck by lightning, and his jaw was about to dislocate. Are women so cruel? A slap in the face to smash a head, this is too terrifying. You little brothers are too dishonest. How did you become their boss? Wang Ran asked with a smile. What? Before I was hair director, they were hair stylists and apprentices, so I was the boss for a while. In the beginning, I was stronger than them, and they were quite obedient. Since Ah Zhong also became a level 2 awakener, he has been a little dissatisfied with my discipline. Red Hair explained. Don't be afraid, just lead the way. Wang Ran patted the red hair who was still in shock. Ah, okay. Hong Mao did not dare to neglect, and immediately walked out with Wang Ran. After driving through some alleys, Wang Ran followed Hong Mao to an old house in the old city. The boss of this Dongcheng district is really retro, and he actually lives in such an old house. Walking to the door of the house, Hong Mao greeted the guard who was watching the door. Brother, I brought a few outsiders. They want to see the boss. Help me introduce you. Red Hair said very politely. Recommendation. If you want to refer. If you want to join the camp, go directly to Director Zhang to pay, and the director will arrange it. Boss is so busy, you can see it when you meet. The guard glanced at the red hair disdainfully. Before asking him to help with a hair perm, you would have to pay for it, but now you ask yourself to do something? No way. Don't do this, give me face. Hong Mao took out a few peanuts and stuffed them into the guard's hands. Face? You have a hairy face. Get out of here now. The guard accepted the peanut, but did not give Hong Mao any face. The red hair looked at Wang Ran depressedly. No way, neither dare to offend the salt. Wang Ran smiled and didn't speak. He took out a can of Wang Zai's milk from his pocket and drank it. Immediately afterwards, Wang Ran took out snacks such as beef jerky, chocolate, and cheese sticks, which were very delicious. The guard's mouth watered. This is too tempting. There's no way girls can make themselves drool so much. Then, 4 slices of beef jerky. I'll help you to see if the boss is busy. The guard touched his nose and said to Wang Ran. Wang Ran lightly threw a piece of beef jerky over. The guard was overjoyed, nibbled on the beef jerky and went inside. Hong Mao sighed aside. These days, beef jerky is really better than face. After a while, the guard came out. Our boss called you in. The guard was still chewing the beef jerky in his mouth, it was really fragrant. Wang Ran brought 2 little valet and Hong Mao, and followed the guard into the house. After going around for a while, Wang Ran came to a small garden. A lean old man is making tea. Young man, sit down. The old man gestured. From the respectful attitude of Hong Mao and the guard, it can be seen that this old man is the boss of the Dongcheng district camp. Wang Ran observed it for a while. Although the old man was relatively thin, his eyes were bright and his spirits were bright. It is estimated to be a 4th to 5th level awakener. Wang Ran took the small attendant and sat in front of the old man. The red hair did not dare to sit, and stood directly to the side. The old man poured a cup of tea for Wang Ran and the three of them. Young man, I heard that you came from the next city. What do you have to do with me? The old man also poured himself a cup of tea. His movements are very leisurely and show no sign of defensiveness. This is a great confidence in one's own strength. Oh, so it is. I want you to be my little brother. Wang Ran smiled and said lightly. Puff. The old man just took a sip of tea and sprayed it directly on the red-haired face. The red hair was also shocked and shivered with fright. For several days in a row, my body can't hold it anymore, and my heart started to hurt like in June. The reward will end today. So far, a total of more updates have been added, and the updates will be added in October. For a while, I have to think about the plot and improve the quality during the LF National Day. The update will resume. Thank you. Take a day off. Today, I only code 1000 words all day, my eyes can't focus properly, and my heart hurts. Take a day off tomorrow. It feels like a complete day off. By the way, I took a look at the following plot. I feel that the plot has been a little scattered recently, and I have to sort it out. Sorry. I can finally go to bed before 12 o'clock, the full-time writer is full of tears. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 249. Big Brother. I'll bring you to see the boss, you can't trick me. Let the boss be your little brother? Find death. The boss is not the weak chicken with green hair. The red hair only felt a chill in the neck. If the boss is angry, he will suffer too. Young man, are you joking? The old man quickly regained his elegant demeanor, and took a small towel to wipe the tea from the corner of his mouth. Do you think I'm joking? Wang Ran looked at the old man and shrugged. Are you sent by Zikan Laohe? The old man put down the towel, squeezed his fist, and cracked his knuckles. I don't know any old black. But Zikan, I have to go to it later. Wang Ran said with a smile. This kind of city with two major forces in itself is the easiest. It is enough to find the bosses of both sides and abuse them once. It saves time and effort, and it is much easier than slowly conquering the entire city by yourself. It looks like you want to be on the top of our city. Young man, the zombies in City S were indeed driven out by us. It is a very safe city now. But that doesn't mean you outsiders can just pick the fruits of victory. Although the people here are not exclusive, it is still a little difficult for you, a foreigner, to integrate in. The old man slowly took off his coat, revealing his strong arms and shoulder and neck muscles. It seems that he intends to stretch his muscles and bones well. Today, let you see the strength of my Bajiquan. The old man Shen elbow did a few warm-up moves, full of momentum. Bajiquan. It's useless for your 8th level awakening. Wang Ran smiled. Since the old man wants to warm up, that's all the better. Once you get over it, the rest is easy. Just as Wang Ran was about to stand up, some fighting sounds came from the direction of the main entrance. Not long after, a group of people rushed in. One by one, they were either wearing black suits or black t-shirts, and walked into the yard fiercely. Old man Joe, what about tea? Good interest. A dark-skinned middle-aged man walked out with an iron rod. Old black. How dare you kill me directly? Do you want to fight us? The old man Joe felt tight. It seemed that the guards at his door were all killed by him. Lao He has always been cautious and will not do anything unprepared, and he must have come prepared today. This is a bit of a hassle. Go to war. Where is the need for so much trouble? As long as you kill you, old man Joe, isn't Dongcheng district my territory? Ha 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 ha. The old black laughed proudly. He really came prepared today. Originally, he and old man Joe were both level 5 awakeners with equal strength, so there was nothing anyone could do against them. But these few days, his two younger brothers broke through to level 5 by eating zombies. 3 level 5 to deal with one, this is not easy. What? The old man Joe was in a hurry, and his body was a little unstable. Looking at Lao Hei's appearance, you can tell that he is confident now and will definitely not let him go. Pity the turf and the survivors who are sheltered in their hands. Old Hei is cruel and shameless, and the life of the survivors will never be easier under his hands. Old Hei, come here if you have the ability. Today, even if I risk my life, I have to pull a back. The old man Joe exerted all his strength, and the vest was shattered directly, revealing a body of strong muscles. This is a desperate fight. Boy, get out of the way, don't get in my way. Yo. And two such beautiful girls. Old man Joe, your resources here are very good. As soon as Lao Hei saw Su Xiao and Zhou Meng's eyes, he couldn't move his eyes away. Master, this guy is too wretched, can I kill him? Su Xiao applied to play. Okay, remember to leave a few alive. Wang Ran picked up the teacup in front of him and took a sip. The taste was not bad. After obtaining Wang Ran's permission, Su Xiao stood up and walked directly to Lao Hei. The old man Joe on the side was stunned. What's the situation? Send a girl? No way. The atmosphere is not right. Young man, do you want me to fight them first? Old man Joe suggested. It's none of your business, just sit down. Wang Ran glanced at old man Joe. Old man Joe suddenly felt his heart tighten, this momentum. So strong. He stared at him, and he broke out in a cold sweat. At this time, Su Xiao had already walked in front of Lao Hei. The old black looked bewildered. What number of ways is this? Not in this order. My rhythm was disrupted and said. That, woman, you go first. It will be your turn later. Don't get in my way. The old black stared at Su Xiao and said. Su Xiao looked at Lao Hei coldly, as if looking at a dead man. A gust of wind blew past, pulling up a few strands of long white hair. Su Xiao moved. One punch. A simple punch hit Lao Hei's chest directly. Old Hei's pupils shrank suddenly, not good. It is the sense of crisis of death. Lao Hei immediately protected the iron rod in his hand to his chest. When Su Xiao punched in the middle of the iron rod, and while the iron rod was discounted, the fist and the iron rod penetrated Lao Hei's chest together. Lao Hei lowered his head and muttered, then rolled his eyes and fell to the ground. The whole place was silent. Except for Wang Ran and Zhou Meng, everyone opened their mouths. A level 5 awakener, lost with one punch? Die so tragically? Too exaggerated. Old man Joe was a little fortunate that Lao Hei brought someone to find fault in time, otherwise the unlucky person might be himself. The red hair was panicked and trimmed his hair. Fortunately, I didn't offend them. On the side of the man in black, the two 5th level awakened younger brothers looked at each other with horror in their eyes. They made a decision quickly. I saw the two of them turned around quickly and killed the little brother brought by the old black. Then Chi Chi knelt down in front of Su Xiao. That eldest brother, you said to stay alive. It's just the two of us now, take our lives around us. The two black-clothed brothers knelt on the ground and pleaded. They had some eyesight, and they immediately reacted when they saw Lao He being killed in seconds. A woman is so powerful, so the man who gave orders just now must be even more terrifying. If you want to survive, you have to quickly show your attitude. Su Xiao looked back at Wang Ran and asked what Wang Ran meant. Keep one. Wang Ran said lightly. Su Xiao nodded, raised her hand, and looked at the man in black on the left. Why? Why kill me? The man in black burst out with tears and snot. Your button is crooked. Su Xiao said and slapped his head. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 250. The button is crooked. That's okay too. The surviving man in black immediately looked down. Fortunately, he took a look in the mirror when he went out today. He didn't expect to save his life because of this. Master, it's all done. Su Xiao returned to Wang Ran's side, picked up Old Man Zhou's coat and wiped the blood on his hands. Old Man Zhou didn't dare to say a word when he saw his clothes being ruined. Come, come, both of you representatives. Wang Ran waved to the Old Man Zhou and the man in black. The two obediently came to Wang Ran. One of you is the boss of Dongcheng district, and the other, now it should also be able to represent Zikan district. I'm not here to play some boring game like seizing power. I need the people below you to do one thing. Wang Ran took a sip of the tea on the table. The old man's craftsmanship is good, and this tea is very fragrant. You want manpower. What do you want manpower for? Attack An City. Old Man Zhou thought of a possibility. Maybe this young man was shriveled in An City, so he came here to stop his men and attack them back. I heard that there is a powerful person in An City named Wu Jiangguo. I guess he is the nemesis of this young man. Do you know the corpse tide? Wang Ran looked at the two of them. The corpse tide. I heard it on the radio before. But what does the corpse tide have to do with us? Old Man Zhou asked. Grass, don't you know, the corpse tide is coming this way. Wang Ran sighed. What? You said the corpse tide is heading our direction. Then we have to run quickly. Where the corpse tide passes, there are absolutely no survivors. The surviving man in black said with a look of horror. Run? Where are you going to run? Go to An City? Or go south? It's just a few more days to live. Wang Ran smiled. Then what? Big brother, since you are here, there must be a way, right? Help us. The man in black almost hugged Wang Ran's leg. How many people are there in your two districts? What kind of strength? Wang Ran asked. In our Dongcheng district, there are more than 4,000 survivors, of which more than 120 are awakened, most of them are in the first and second grades. We have 3,000 people and 200 awakened people in Zikan district. The two answered separately. Go back and organize your manpower, and prepare to dig a big hole in the west of the city. At least 3 meters deep and 2 meters wide. Then dump all the gasoline that can be collected into the pit. Wang Ran ordered. Are you planning to use fire to destroy the corpse tide? Old Man Zhou asked with a frown. He always felt that the corpse tide was not so easy to deal with. Destroyed? Naive. The function of this big pit is to slow down the advance of the corpse tide. If they want to step over directly, they must sacrifice at least tens of thousands of ordinary zombies to fill the hole. It would be better if they took a detour and we could have more time. I'll give you a day and a half. After digging the pit, I'll have other jobs for you. Make arrangements quickly. Wang Ran ordered. Old Man Zhou thought for a while and nodded. If the corpse tide really came, he would have to find a way to deal with it without Wang Ran saying it. Now that Wang Ran can directly combine the camps in the two urban areas, it would be great, at least it would save time for infighting. By the way, if someone wants to escape, then just kill the chicken to warn the monkey. I don't want a lot of escaping and no one to work. Wang Ran reminded. The man in black broke out in a cold sweat. He even had the idea of running away in advance. Xiao, go to the front line to supervise the work. If someone has any bad ideas, you're welcome to do it directly. Wang Ran ordered. Don't worry, master. Su Xiao nodded. She's the best at killing people. What are you two doing? Hurry up and act. Wang Ran urged. Ah. Yes. The old man Zhou and the man in black did not dare to neglect, and immediately prepared to call for the manpower. Master, what are we doing? Zhou Meng asked aside. Is there any special project? Xiao Meng, you can tell the difference between humans and zombies, right? Wang Ran asked. There is a problem that has made him think for a long time, and now he can just practice it? Yeah, it's easy to tell the difference. Humans and zombies taste different. There is a scent of food in humans that is particularly appealing. The more hungry you are, the more appealing the flavor is. Zhou Meng replied. It turned out to be the taste. Wang Ran nodded. Pretty much the same as his guess. Xiao Meng, help me catch that zombie. Wang Ran pointed to a zombie that had just climbed up on the ground. This is one of the younger brothers killed by the two men in black who had an explosive desire to survive just now. Because his brain and heart were still intact, he turned into a zombie and climbed up. Zhou Meng walked over, grabbed the zombie's hair and dragged him to Wang Ran. Is this guy a zombie? Wang Ran didn't know how to tell the difference. Master, he just turned into a zombie, the smell is not very strong. Zhou Meng replied. Wang Ran nodded, and flicked the head of this poor zombie with one finger. Let's go out with me to find the old zombies. Wang Ran got up and took Zhou Meng with him, and drove around the city. It seemed that the zombies in City S were almost cleaned up by the two camps, and Wang Ran did not find one after wandering around for a long time. When passing an optical shop, Wang Ran stopped. To pretend to be a zombie, in addition to taste, pupils are also very important. Wang Ran and Zhou Meng went into the store and searched for a while, and finally found a decent contact lens. After Wang Ran put it on, it really felt like a silver-eyed zombie. Zhou Meng is now a zombie at the level of Jin Tong, and she looks one level higher than Wang Ran from the outside. Go, catch the zombies. Wang Ran and Zhou Meng continued to drive and search. Finally, in a factory building in the suburbs, Wang Ran discovered traces of zombie activity. Oh my god! This factory actually produces. As soon as he entered, Zhou Meng was frightened by the stick-shaped silicone toys all over the floor. You can bring some back, maybe someone likes it? Wang Ran said with a smile. Ah, this. Zhou Meng nodded and put a few in the small backpack. After walking a few steps inside, Wang Ran found a few zombies. They charged at Wang Ran brandishing sticks. Wang Ran shot them to death easily. The next picture is a little cruel. Wang Ran cut open their stomachs and wiped the internal organs and other things on his body until he was covered in blood.